Good morning, everyone. My name is Rajesh Chotalia. I'm going to talk about New Age Indian Dad. Why? What's the purpose behind it? The purpose is very crystal clear. I was raised in a patriarchal society where men's are mainly bread earner and the ego has to be validated and they owned a higher power on how things used to run. And I came from that society versus what I've learned through my life story. I wanted to share it to my family, especially my grandkids, which we had our first grandkids about 2 months ago. His name is Rohan, and he's so near and dear to me, to my heart. And I wanted to pass the hardships, the struggles, and the message that can be learned from the story and the experience of my own life. That's the purpose behind it. Another purpose is also to help people who are also still rooted into patriarchal society and, are ego driven and they think, we are superior sex and we have more power and all that stuff. So some of the people who may be living in that still mindset, hopefully they will get some message out of it. And on the other end, they will find some blessings that I've found, and I wanted to share even that blessings to people who may benefit. And in turn, it may ripple effect back and bring blessings to the family. Like I have seen that in my family as I've turned 70 and I've entered my new chapter in my life. And that what inspired me. Why is it so important? Why is it a must for me? I have struggled in my life so much. I thought I came with a dream and a desire, but I didn't realize the baggage I carried with me and how that baggage has hurted me, my family, even how my self image was, and how I turned it around. And I wanted to make sure that anybody suffering through that, anybody's going through that, including my grandkids or even my kids or anyone who is listening to me, will get maybe some message out of it and spark some hope, spark some change in their life, and they find happiness just for themselves, like I have found it for me. And I'm going to begin with my story now. And as I move forward, it will be back and forth. I'm going to start at age 22 when I came to US. And why US? There was a story behind it too. My mother saw that me being so honest, so caring, so naive, I would have a better future maybe in US. And I didn't know that. And I trusted my mom. And in fact, I didn't want to come, but I still came. So I see that sometimes when we resist, we don't know. That may be a divine purpose that may be happening. And we just need to stay in the flow of grace and just move with the flow of the energy of the universe. And I learned that as I moved on in my journey. Coming to US was a challenge, but we overcame that challenge. I came in here with the grace of some people within India, including my sister and her in-laws family that gave me some money so that I could buy an airline ticket. And with support from my uncle Manoj Ajmera and Rita Ajmera, who really kept me in their home for 4 months and taught me how things are in US. I had to really listen to some of the shows like Price is Right and all that stuff in the beginning so I could understand the pronunciation of English because I was having trouble with understanding pronunciation. I was familiar with English, but the pronunciation and how they talk, the accent, like I have an Indian accent, I was having difficulty. My aunt helped me with that. She helped me with, how to do cleanup of houses, the bathroom, cooking a little bit here and there. So she taught me like I was a son, not treated me like a guest. And that was a big gift to me by my uncle and aunt. And that's how my journey started in US. And if I look back, all those smaller incidences are just coincidences that was designed for the better future of mine. And I now trust the process. And so message for me is just don't resist. Whatever you resist, so just go with the flow. Go with the feeling of the heart. Don't let head cloudiness and all these doubts kind of derail you from your path to your greatness. This is what just the beginning introduction of me as I've turned 70 In my next episode, I'll be covering, my journey back to Chicago and how I progressed in Chicago, and then, my search for my job and my struggle for job. And what a struggle it was. But when I look at all the struggles, I think when I look at all my struggles, they have been the biggest blessings in my life. And I realize that. So now I embrace when the struggle comes along with my life. So this is just my first episode of New Age Indian Dad, and I wanted to share with you and just telling you whatever message you get out of this, and if it's a blessing to you, my reason for doing this will be well served, and I'm 100% sure that my grandkids will know some of my journey, some of my hardship, and some of my hardship that even my kids don't know. Chirag Chotalia and Karishma Chotalia, they will also be listening to this and be a part of it. And I'm really blessed at this point of my life. I'm really blessed with great family, great kids, great wife of 45 years of marriage. And I want to wish upon you all the luck, all the good wishes that I am feeling, because I went through all my struggle, and then instead of quitting, I just kept it up and just took my journey to self growth. And I'll be covering some of that too. Till then, for the next episode, just wishing you love, grace, happiness, and health. Love you all. Take care of yourself. Believe in yourself. This is New Age Indian Dad Rajesh Chotalia from Chicago. Thank you.